everyone. Welcome to Social Media Marketing 202, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and YouTube for Business, where in Lesson 1 we discuss driving traffic to your website using Pinterest. In Lesson 1.1 for SMM 202, we have an introduction to Pinterest. Let's begin. So I'm sure several of you have heard of Pinterest and how it's a visual pinboard. How Pinterest is really taking social media to the next level by introducing a more visual and more graphical element to interactions in the social media universe. But here's basically just a snapshot of my home and newsfeed on Pinterest. And here we can really see a lot of the graphical elements that are being portrayed on Pinterest via different boards and different people. In fact, you don't even need to follow anyone to have a full home newsfeed. Pinterest automatically pushes content to your newsfeed based on items or things that you might be interested in. So the new powerhouse of social media, Pinterest. Let's talk more about in this lesson as to how it got started and how Pinterest works. The power of Pinterest. Pinterest is an online bulletin board for your favorite images, and it was launched in 2010. So it's been 3 years. It's quite a significant amount of time. However, we're really seeing that the interest and popularity of Pinterest exploded in 2011. And Pinterest is stepping up as a valuable marketing tool for businesses, for individuals, bloggers, retail outlets, you name it. Pinterest is built by a small team in Palo Alto, California. However, they're currently no longer a small team and are in fact moving to San Francisco. It's well funded by a group of successful entrepreneurs and investors. So what's so great about Pinterest? Why is it becoming so popular? Firstly, if we look at the total percentage of internet users that use social networking tools, out of that 67% of total, we're seeing that 15% of them are using Pinterest. So that's only second to Twitter. Right after that, we're seeing Instagram, Tumblr, and of course, Facebook is the leader. However, it's still interesting to see that Pinterest is gaining as much popularity as Twitter, in fact. And these statistics are for North America. Now, why does Pinterest visually stand out? So it's a visual bulletin board for the web, but it thrives on beautifully simple images of ideas grouped together on a board of a user's page. So users can follow all of another user's boards or just a single board. And you can also view or locate boards based on a subject, topic, or theme. So let's talk a little bit more about terminology behind Pinterest. Now, a pin is an image added to Pinterest. The image may either be from a link, from a site, or uploaded image, and it can also include captions. So what's really interesting about pins on Pinterest and what's dynamically different from Facebook in terms of the posts that go up on Pinterest is the fact that every image is usually accompanied by a link. So when you see an image on Pinterest, you can actually click on that image and be led to a link on the World Wide Web. So what that does is that it allows people to refer users to other web pages. Now, a repin, once something is pinned, it can then be repinned by other Pinterest users. So think of it as a retweet. And a board, this is where your pins are, and you can have separate boards for various subjects. So that was our overall Pinterest terminology. But let's look at demographics. So what's really interesting about Pinterest is that women are 5 times as likely as men to use the tool. And here we can see a breakdown. So we're looking at between 71 and 72% of women using Pinterest in comparison to 62 in men. And in age, we're actually seeing that 30 to 49 segment and the 18 to 29 segment have the highest concentration of users on Pinterest. But what I'd also like you to notice is the 50 to 64 segment. It's actually quite significant, 52. What's really interesting is that Pinterest is also becoming a tool to market to older, wiser, more experienced women who are possibly even heads of households, who manage all of the purchasing in their household. They might even be, not only they might be mothers, they might also be grandmothers. So what's great about Pinterest is that now a lot of household brands and retail and consumer brands are pushing their Pinterest marketing strategies because of the demographics of the users on the tool. And here are some more interesting demographics. 50% of Pinterest users have kids, and the annual household income of 28% of users is over $100,000. Also, Pinterest actually has higher referral traffic than LinkedIn, Google, and YouTube combined. So that's very interesting. What we're seeing is that Pinterest drives referrals. Referrals are basically when people are led to a section of your website or another homepage. And what we're seeing with Pinterest is that there's a high amount of referral activity because people are attracted to your board or to your pin. And then when they click on the pin, they're directly led to the website. So you have that direct link. Also, the average amount of time spent on site, we're seeing 15.8 minutes on Pinterest, and in comparison, if we look at Facebook, it's 12.1 minutes. When we actually spoke to several of our students that are taking the courses and we asked them about their experience with Pinterest, what was interesting to note is that they also had the same response. A lot of them were mentioning that when they go on Pinterest and they start experiencing and just looking at different boards, time just melts away really. So obviously you have to be careful of that. But what's interesting is that people spend much more time on Pinterest because you can find a lot more interesting content on the tool. So that brings us to an end of lesson 1.1. In lesson 1.2, we talk more about Pinterest for brands, so how you can market and use Pinterest as a social media tool, and also social sharing. Please switch over to the next video to watch lesson 1.2. Thank you.